You're looking live at the outside of the brand new Kiel Center in St. Louis, Missouri. This is the first NHL game ever played in this building. And at the end of two periods, Wayne Gretzky's goal has given the Los Angeles Kings a 1-1 tie with the St. Louis Blues. We're very happy to have as our guest right now the chairman of the Los Angeles Kings, Joe Cohen. Joe, there's been a lot of excitement here in St. Louis today with the opening of this new building.
There sure has, Bob. It's the #1 story in town, all over the newspapers and television and radio.
Now, I'm sure you've been given the VIP tour of the building. What's your impression of what you see?
It's a terrific building. It's got boxes, all kinds of amenities, food selections for the people, convenient parking. It's really a state-of-the-art building, and they're very proud of it.
Well, they've got almost 20,000 fans here tonight, and I haven't had a chance to sample the concession stands, but I understand they have a big variety of food, and as you say, 80 luxury suites, and I understand they sold the last one that was available today.
Yeah, good luck for them.
Now, I know a lot of people out in Los Angeles have heard some stories about a new not a new forum, I shouldn't say, but a new building in Los Angeles that would house the Los Angeles Kings. Can you bring us up to date on where those plans are?
Well, we look forward to playing in a new building with the Kings and the Lakers in 1998 or 1999, Bob.
And will it be patterned after some of the new buildings that you are visiting this year, such as the Kiel Center, the United Center in Chicago, and of course the Boston Bruins are going to have a new building?
Yes, we're talking to the architects that did this building, and we're going over their work, and they did a very good job. If we can do something like this in Los Angeles, we'd be very proud.
I know you and partner Jeffrey Sudikoff thought the season, of course, like all of us did, was going to get underway in October, and it didn't. But you were very busy because you were one of the active owners flying back and forth to meetings trying to get that new bargaining agreement signed.
Yes, we reviewed every proposal and had our people out in the community. The Kings spent 1,000 hours or more in the community visiting schools and hospitals. So we were busy during the period, yes.
Well, and the fan reaction has been good, and I know in the opening night program there was a letter signed by you and Wayne Gretzky thanking the fans for their patience.
Well, the Kings and our players have always had a great relationship. It's a tradition at the Kings, and it's continuing, as you can see.
Joe, I know that during the negotiations there were some things, reports that some owners were upset, perhaps at Gary Bettman. When it was all said and done, how do you feel Gary Bettman as commissioner came out of the whole situation?
Gary gave us a system that we can manage and control our costs and still do what we need to for our franchise. So I'm very happy with the result, and I think he worked very hard. I'm glad it was Gary doing it, and we're happy with the result. We're happy it's over and that we're playing again.
Now, we'll all be a lot happier if the Kings can get a couple of goals here in the third period. What do you think of the game?
Well, the Kings were excited to be in the building, and we came to play, and the people will remember that Wayne scored the first visitor's goal in this building.
Right. Joe, thank you very much for being with us, and we look forward to an exciting season.
Thank you, Bob.
Kings chairman Joe Cohen, our guest here at the end of two periods in St. Louis. The game is tied 1-1, the Kings and the Blues, and I'll be back with a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in a moment. We're back live in St. Louis. The Los Angeles Kings and the St. Louis Blues are tied at the end of two periods, 1-1. Hi again, everybody. Bob Miller. Time for the Ford Sports Update as we take a look at the out-of-town action in the NHL. Only 4 other games in the NHL tonight. Let's take a look at the scores. What a game at Boston. 0-0 going into overtime, and Adam Oates won it for the Boston Bruins. They are undefeated. They've got 3 wins this season. Blaine Locker, the rookie, the winner in goal. Adam Oates wins it in overtime. Hartford was at Philadelphia, and the Flyers get their first win of the year. They were 0-3 going into the game tonight. Mark Recchi with a game-winning goal, 3-2 over Hartford. At Florida, Tampa Bay and Florida meet for the second straight night, and Florida wins it behind the goaltending of John Van Beesbrook, 4-2. Bob Kudelski with a couple of goals for the Florida Panthers. And the only other action, Detroit wins their third of the year against one loss. They beat Calgary 5-1. The Calgary Flames suffer their first loss of the year. Ray Shepard gets his 4th goal of the year for Detroit, and Steve Yzerman got one, his 2nd of the year. Of course, on the Prime Ticket Press Box tonight at 10:30, you'll get all the highlights and the reports of all the sports action with Larry Burnett and Alan Mazengale. That's the Ford Sports Report, and we'll be back with highlights of this game in a moment.